we've got some pretty interesting and rumored plot details for the upcoming Blade movie, and although they're far from confirmed, they do set up another character many Marvel fans were hoping to see. Let's talk about the iconic Marvel weapon that's set to appear in this movie, how it ties to previous Marvel projects, and why it does indicate a particular character really will finally make it to the MCU. Now, before we do that though, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, and we want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are really in the know. Well, to be fair, I don't think Marvel Studios has had a problem with the production the way they have with Blade. The film itself has gone through multiple writers and directors at this point, and there were even rumors that Ali was set to exit the project, which would have been incredible because basically the project exists because he wanted to play the character. Now, a couple of months ago, they kind of did a reboot on the project before it even got kicked off, and one of the things we were hearing was that the story had some issues and needed a complete rewrite. There were multiple reports this was going to be a period piece set in several areas of the past in the Marvel Universe. And now we have an update via Daniel Rickman that has shared some new plot details, but like we always like to say, none of it's been confirmed by Marvel Studios. It's from a non-anonymous scooper, so he gets a little bit of credit, but until Kevin Feige or somebody officially with production says so, we're going to take this all with a grain of salt. Now, apparently this Blade movie will indeed still be a period piece, and interestingly enough, is still very much rated R. Apparently, Marvel is keeping Mia Goth as the primary villain, and there are rumors that she will indeed be playing the villain Lilith. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because apparently Lilith will be armed with one of Marvel Comics' most famous weapons, and it's one we've seen before. That would be the Ebony Blade. Now, if you remember at the end of the Eternals, Dane Whitman, who was played by Kit Harington, actually opened the box and saw the mystical weapon. We heard a voice off-screen that we didn't realize at the time was actually Ali asking Whitman if he was ready for that weapon. And it appears now the Blade production is going to pay off that moment and explain how the weapon actually got there. Now, the Ebony Blade existed in Marvel Comics since Arthurian times, and I'm sure it passed through many hands before it finally got back to Whitman. It is pretty curious they're putting this weapon front and center in this movie, and does suggest to me that, although I seriously doubt Dane Whitman, aka the Black Knight, makes it into this movie in a major role, we might actually see him in a post-credit scene, or even a payoff on that specific Eternals post-credit scene, setting up a future Black Knight project in the MCU. Now, this is a great idea, and here's why. Because this movie needs to be a Blade movie, not a Blade Black Knight team-up. That's something totally different. So putting the Blade in the film like this, all while making sure it focuses on Blade's adventure, but still setting up other stuff, well, this is something Marvel used to do really well, and have been dropping the ball on for quite a while. Now, as of right now, Blade is set to hit theaters November 7th, 2025. So we've got just under 2 years before we see the project. We're set to jump into production this year with Jan Dimanche on board to direct, and with Michael Green set to write the script, which should make everybody happy because he actually wrote Logan, which is one of the best superhero movies ever. Hopefully we get some more news on Blade soon. It's one of my most anticipated future Marvel projects, and I think the return of the Daywalker will be a massive hit for Marvel Studios.